Making a piece of artwork, it's the whole package. So the most non-emotional artistic piece is the frame. So I design the molding, I antique it, I paint it, I finish it. I had a company run it for me. So I make the frames and I try to match them to the painting, because it's a whole package. It's not just the painting itself. And then with this one, subject matter wise, the proposal, you see a little boat here and two people, and the idea of the romance of it, and I guess I'm a romantic at heart. And I was coming back from Bozeman two months ago, a month and a half ago, and came by this scene. And I'm driving in the truck, and it's a scene I've seen a million times, places, being out when you go out fishing or do anything like that. And it just hit me that day. The light was right, everything was right. I shot a couple photos from the camera, or from the car, like you probably shouldn't be doing. And I didn't get this. There's not a photo that looks like this, but I saw it, and I put it into my head and my soul. And then when I went to go paint it, I'm excited about this new technique that I'm doing a lot of wash. So this section right here is all the beginning, the energy, all of this right here. So the pigs, I paint a lot of pigs. I love pigs. We do 4-H as a family. My son Vince, this last year, we went to the local Kootenai Fair and we sold our pig, and I have to help him out a lot and feed him. So you get to know them over 4 months, and their personalities are like dogs. They're just hilarious. And it was early on in my career, they said, hey, why don't you put a little bit of protein in the paintings, like do something beyond just the landscapes. Just 5 minutes is the name of the painting, and it's like every dog you have, every kid, anybody is like, just 5 minutes, just go play for 5 minutes, and that's all they want to do. This painting right here is a local fishing hole that I take my kids to. It's just down the street. It's like a minute from my house, and it's awesome because you go down there and you can feel the air and the lily pads and the frogs and the fish, and we just bobber fish there. It's nothing spectacular. You're not catching anything huge, but it's just a nice little area to escape to. So a lot of my paintings, as an artist, you're trying to make some massive grand statement, or it's issue art. This is just a place to, when I hang it in the house, which I do all my work, I want to make sure that somebody else can live with it, so I have to live with it. And it's someplace I want to be. It's someplace that reminds me of happiness with my kids, someplace that I want to escape to when life's getting a little bit tough.
This year I became the legal guardian for my daughter who has special needs. And this image for me was a little bit of that. It was like a very pure animal who was going to have a lot of beauty, was going to be white, and was going to watch over her. Again, these things, I call it later as a guardian. I became a guardian. But that's what I saw when it was finished. I was like, well, I can see where I'm at. I'm in that really strong place with her. She's 18. But I'm having that feminine, even if I'm really strong. I'm a woman, and I'm going to have to take care of her in that way, strong but beautiful. I want to talk a little bit about my technique. So I will paint the full background with a very bright color, red or ochre yellow, over the whole canvas. And then I will start to layer other colors, like a gold. And then I will put some water on it, some little sparkles with a brush. And then I will wipe it out with a sponge. And then it dries fast. And I put another layer, and I build these backgrounds with putting many different colors at a time, overall, the full canvas. And then what stay and what go is happening by itself. I don't try to control that much. And sometimes it's beautiful things will go away, and I'm like, ooh, okay, well, let's move on. When I do my painting, it's that relationship with my canvas. I totally trust. Then the finished project is going to be what has to be. So that's why I kind of get into a zone of not calculating things and not knowing what I'm going to do, because I let it happen. And I was really excited by this one, because it was kind of the first time I was really picking up into doing this feather. See, every year then I do a show here, I work really hard for 10 months. And then at the end of the work, it's like something else I have learned through the year. I learned a lot. And the next year when I'm painting again, I have learned, so my art is different. You know, I've been working on the light and the values. I think every artist tries to learn every time he paints, and you become better and better. You have to do a lot of practice.